What if one small, instinctive gesture could erase the gap between a scene and something real? On a calm day on the Cachero set, during what looked like just another break, Junho reached out and gently fixed Kim Hye-jun's slightly loose ponytail. No script, no cue, just soft fingertips, a careful step into her space, and a gaze so warm it felt almost too personal. In that split second, fans stopped wondering what episode it was from and started asking a different question. Did we just watch an almost confession instead of simple behind-the-scenes footage? To see why it hit so many people, you have to go back to how Cachero quietly took over hearts. Dropping on Netflix in late December 2025 without a huge marketing storm, it still managed to slip into group chats and late-night binge sessions around the world. The premise alone was fresh and oddly relatable. A financially strapped civil servant whose superhero strength literally rises and falls with the money in his wallet. It sounded quirky and ironic, but the show quickly revealed a surprisingly emotional core. Very soon, viewers realized that the real magic wasn't just the power system, but the pairing at the center. Junho, as Kang Sang-woong, plays a man who's tough on the outside but quietly vulnerable underneath. Kim Hye-jun, as Kim Min-suk, grounds him with realism and sharp emotional awareness. Together, they don't feel like characters meeting for the first time, they feel like people with a history. Every look lingers, every silence feels loaded. Fans didn't just ship them, they trusted the connection. That's why the BTS moment felt like a turning point. No dramatic soundtrack, no slow motion, just an outdoor break with staff chatting and cameras idling. Junho notices her hair is a bit out of place, steps closer than just coworkers' distance, and calmly fixes it, his arm naturally hovering near her shoulder as if to shield her for a heartbeat. His eyes stay locked on her, not joking, not performing. Hye-jun meets his gaze, smiles softly, and doesn't pull away. It looks like comfort, not performance. The clip exploded across TikTok, Instagram Reels, and every platform you can name. Fans replayed it frame by frame, dissecting hand placement, eye contact, tiny shifts in expression. Comments poured in. This can't be acting. That look tells a story. Why is this more romantic than the drama? People started connecting it with earlier moments. The Netflix interview where Junho stumbled nervously through English, while Hye-jun laughed beside him in this gently supportive way. And the time he talked about training with 8 kg weights to embody Sang-woong's struggles while she watched with clear admiration, not just polite interest. Even the crew in the BTS clip seemed to share small smiles and side glances, like they'd seen this soft dynamic more than once. Netflix then released more behind-the-scenes stills, cast group shots, playful moments with Kim Hyung-gi and Lee Ki-min, but eyes kept drifting back to Junho and Hye-jun, always standing close, always angled slightly toward each other, as if in their own quiet bubble. Online, the conversation shifted from wild speculation to gentle curiosity. Fans weren't demanding a label. They were asking, what kind of bond makes two people look this safe together? What really stayed with people wasn't scandal, but restraint. There was no obvious fan service, no forced flirting, just two co-stars working side by side, and occasionally forgetting the cameras were still on. In a world that often rewards loudness and performance, that small, unguarded gesture felt like pure tenderness. It reminded viewers that intimacy doesn't always need big speeches or dramatic confessions. Sometimes it hides in the smallest things, fixing someone's hair, holding space for them, sharing a look that feels like its own language. As Cachero continues streaming worldwide, that single BTS moment has changed how people watch the drama. Scenes between Sang-woong and Min-suk feel heavier now, as if they carry an extra layer that isn't written in the script but lives in the spaces between their lines. Whether that hair touch was nothing more than a beautiful moment of mutual respect or a glimpse of something only they truly understand, one thing is clear: audiences felt it. Deeply. And maybe that's the real power here, not money-fueled abilities, but hearts moved by sincerity. So the next time you rewatch Cachero, ask yourself, are you just following a fictional story, or are you revisiting a feeling you can't quite put into words? And when that hair-fixing moment plays again in your mind, does it just make you smile, or does it make you think about the quiet, real-life gestures that might mean more than anyone realizes?